Jacob, which one do you have? Two, I'm gonna tell him.
I don't know if they always have like right after election. Like, I was already tired. We had to went through a lot of stuff on Little Rock because from in 10 o'clock I just did stuff about the I'm about to get switched back to 10.
Which, like, I appreciate because it gives you great perspective, and he talks slow and he enunciates. There's a lot, like, I've covered some others where they, like, mumble and they don't, like, so it's like I got it, like, great at Okay.
Are you over our heads? Because he said the same thing I was saying. He said, much for the submission without greater than necessary. And I was like, he said that last time.
Whatever they come out, I could basically take my camera out and just slide here at the top, and then we'll plug in.
Stand, but I'll just hold it.
I mean, thankfully they did a really good job of like not divulging too much, and like they did. They showed the jury, obviously, but okay, thank you. Yeah, no, it's definitely. But yeah, like the big construction one, where hey, that was yeah, like it's just horrible.
Lex.
Yeah, and that's what I think is really telling me about. It's like it's funny when the prosecution was like listing all these cases where some of the words and then oh my god, 5 years, but then when the judge like back in the like, no, that guy happened, he get this whole thing and got that guy like and he goes and hide it. So it's like he's still yeah. They usually go right down there, and then last time there was a
Hey, Lex. Lex.
And I might find my bag just over by the, you'll see it all sitting there. My purse is over there.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Licon. I'm the Public Affairs Officer for Homeland Security Investigations. In just a few minutes, the U.S. Attorney is going to come out, and the Assistant Special Agent in charge for HSI Fayetteville, they cover all of Arkansas. His name is Jeremy Shane, S-H-E-I-N. He's going to also come out and give a statement. Can I ask everyone to gather away from the steps and just go over to the light pole over there is kind of the best frame of reference. Gather on the sidewalk there. Leave a little space for them to come out. There's kind of a plaque on the ground right in the grass there. They'll kind of stand right on that. And they'll each read a statement, and the U.S. Attorney will answer about 2 to 3 questions, and we'll call it a day. Does anyone have any questions right now about the sentence itself? I'm assuming there was a bunch of people in the courtroom.
Which did they say which prison he?
Yes. There's 2 that they talked about. They are going to designate which one he will be housed at based on bed space availability. So, do you know it's Seagoville, and then you have them.
Yeah, and then Texarkana.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. Any other specific questions on the sentencing? Okay. I have a business card. If anyone has any questions that we can do later, if we can't answer them now, and I can get information for you, or if anyone wants to do a specific one-on-one interview about HSI. Oh, I ran out.
Oh,
sorry. But I can text you just about what HSI does and what our mission set is, and how we work with agencies like NEMIC to investigate child exploitation cases. So I can do those separate from the specific little mini press conference.
Today.
Yep, I can do that today.
Yeah,
or?
I think Jose would like to interrupt.
Perfect, yes. Okay, so let's get gaggled up over there and give them a chance to come on out.
Thank you.
You think you're good here?
Yeah, so what did they talk about? Yeah, so it's going to be able to have
Okay, I have the conditions of his release and stuff like that.
Supervised contact with anyone.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab my phone and call her.
That's online.
I think we have
As long as a mother or another court crew reach out to them. But I made right about the post-release conditions because some of them do get it out of the
Not with the mask, I think. No. It was me.
And a couple others. Okay, so we're
Okay, yeah, I'll take you.
oh, okay.
I think
So I was like,
Hey, Micah, will you reach over here and turn on my mic? Yeah, on the pack over there on the right. I'm live streaming, so I can't put it down. Cool, thanks. There we go. Test. Test.
You got me? Okay, cool, thanks.
Do you have any comments for tonight, sir? Anything about today's outcomes?
12 years is a fair sentence, sir.
You guys didn't get the 5 years you wanted. How are you guys reacting to that? Oh,
Anything you want to say, sir?
head back there. See if it's
and the ASAP for HSI Fayetteville, Assistant Special Agent in charge, Jeremy Shannon, has been to reply.
Okay, whoever's talking, can they stand?
Very good.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clay Folks. I'm the United States Attorney for the Western District of Arkansas. Today it's my honor and privilege to participate in the announcement of the sentence in the United States versus Josh Duggar jury trial and sentencing hearing that was held earlier today. I'd like to note before I get started that today we're all doing this announcement with heavy hearts. Our thoughts are certainly with the families of the tragic murders that occurred in Texas yesterday. And our thoughts and prayers are with all of those victims' families, with the first responders, and with the agents who are all working on that case. It's important to note that there are reminders around us every day, tragic and stark reminders about how important it is for us to protect our children, the most vulnerable members of our communities. And I think on days like today, it's easy for us to look at that as an insurmountable task. But the truth is that we should redouble our efforts to do everything in our power to protect these innocent and very vulnerable members of our community and our children. When we think about this case today, United States versus Josh Duggar, this case is noteworthy because of who the defendant is. But this case is important for a lot of other reasons also. This case is important because it demonstrates the hard work that our office puts in to prosecuting and investigating these cases that involve the most vulnerable members of our community, our children. I mentioned to you a few months ago that in 2020, about 7% of our cases here in Western Arkansas involved either child abuse or child pornography. And that demonstrates our commitment to investigating and prosecuting these cases. And this case shows that we are going to redouble our efforts and our commitment to investigate these cases and to ensure that justice is served in each and every one of them. The second reason why this case is important is because it demonstrates that no one person is above the law, no matter their wealth, their social status, or anything else. No one is above the law, and that's what this case demonstrates. We will continue to investigate these cases no matter who the defendant turns out to be, and we will continue to use every tool available to us to make sure that justice is served in these cases. Now, the third and most important reason why these cases are important and why this case is important is because this case, this trial, this sentence is for the victims of child abuse. Not just the victims of child abuse here in the Western District of Arkansas, but the victims of child abuse everywhere. This case shows that these children are subject to some of the worst kinds of abuses imaginable. The children depicted in the photos and videos that were introduced in this case were subjected to that horrible treatment, the horrible criminal conduct. And this case shows that those children's pain is real, that their suffering is real. And we know that this sentence isn't going to take away the suffering and the pain that they've already felt from this abuse. But it is our hope that this sentence sheds light on this very dark criminal conduct, because every single time these files are traded, shared, and downloaded online, those same children are victimized all over again. And it is our sincere hope that this case, that this sentence sends a message to those children that they are real, that their pain is real, and that we will do everything in our power to make sure that justice is served as a result of that criminal conduct. Now, we also hope that this case sends a message to any defendant in the Western District of Arkansas or elsewhere who would seek to abuse children in this way. This is the message that this case should send to those defendants. We will find you, we will investigate you, we will prosecute you, and we will use every single tool available to us to ensure that justice is served and the children of Western Arkansas are protected. And so with that, I'll turn it over to, I'd be remiss if I didn't do one more thing, and that is to thank the tremendous trial team and the efforts of the trial team in this case. I'd like to start with Carly Marshall and Dustin Roberts, two of our very talented AUSAs in our office. They did a great job and worked tirelessly to present this case to the jury. We received a tremendous amount of support from our partners at the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., one of whom was trial attorney William Clayman, who came and tried this case alongside Dustin and Carly. We also received a tremendous amount of support from a lot of other folks at the Department of Justice, including William Futrell, who in this case really helped us. James Futrell, sorry, got his name wrong. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, but I still got it wrong. But James is an expert in computer analysis and investigation, and he did a great job testifying in this case. And then finally, I'd like to thank our law enforcement partners at the Department of Homeland Security. Special Agent Jerry Faulkner and Special Agent Acock did a tremendous job and worked tirelessly to make sure that the evidence was preserved in this case and that our office had everything that we need to be able to successfully prosecute this case. And finally, we're really blessed at the U.S. Attorney's Office to have a tremendous, hard-working staff, and we saw the results of that with this trial as well. Laura Johnson, our victim witness coordinator, worked worked very hard to make sure that our witnesses were here on time and we had everything we needed to be able to successfully present the case. Nicole Times and Charles McBride, two of our great paralegals, worked tirelessly to support the trial team in this case. And frankly, there's a lot of other people that I'm probably forgetting, but I'd just like to thank everyone whose efforts resulted in this successful sentence here today. And with that, I'll turn it over to my partners at Homeland Security.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Assistant Special Agent in Charge Shane with Homeland Security Investigations. Homeland Security Investigations is a recognized leader in child exploitation investigations. Every time child exploitation imagery is shared, it perpetuates the life-altering trauma experienced by its many innocent victims. Our special agents are committed to rescuing child victims, investigating and apprehending offenders, preventing child sexual abuse, and helping make the internet and our communities a safer place for our children. Because of the exceptional efforts by HSI special agents, computer forensics personnel, and our law enforcement partners, a child predator has been brought to justice today. This sentencing sends a clear message that regardless of the circumstances, if you prey on our nation's most vulnerable, we will come after you. You are not above the law. To report suspicious activity or instances of child sexual exploitation, please call us at 1-866-DHS-2423. You can choose to remain anonymous. Reporting suspected child sexual exploitation can help minimize or stop further victimization, as well as lead to the identification and the rescue of additional victims. Thank you for your time. Ma'am?
If anyone has any questions, the U.S. Attorney will take a couple questions after this. I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, we didn't get the full 20-year maximum sentence. So what are their guys' thoughts on what was
We're very, very pleased with the sentence here today, and we want to thank the jurors for their time a few months ago when they examined all the evidence in this case, and we especially want to thank Judge Brooks for his careful consideration of all the sentencing factors in this case. And this is a lengthy sentence. While it's not the sentence that we asked for, it's a sentence that we're proud of, and it represents the hard work that was put into this and the importance of this case. Yes, sir.
How much did
Doug.
prior bad acts? How much did prior bad acts have to do with this sentence? Not just what he was tried for.
You know, from listening to the judge's comments today, I think it had a significant impact on the sentence. It was one of the aggravating factors that the judge noted on the record, and so I do think it was an important part of the sentence today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Am I correct in Jim Bob and Michelle were named to supervise when he's released and when he has contact with his minor children?
No, I did not write that down, so I'm going to have to look at one of y'all.
It would be up to the probation officer.
Okay. That decision will be made by the probation officer who's designated to supervise him. So I don't think that decision was made today.
So will you guys have any input on that decision, or it will only be...
Usually not. Yeah, it's usually up to the probation officer in consultation with the judge on an appropriate supervisor for the person who's on supervised release.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
right.
Any last questions?
Anything else?
Great. Thank you so much for being
Right.
out here.
Thank y'all. All right.
I have given my business card out, so if you all have any additional questions later on, we're all going to be
Okay, you ready? I'll take your tripod if you need.
Back over there.
Yep. Your tripod.
Okay. Okay, then yeah. Good. Yes, thank you. Yeah, oh, we could always do something. Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be great.
guys all ready?
Are you guys ready?
Whoever's speaking, step up to the mic.
Good afternoon. We are grateful that the court dismissed one of only 2 counts of the indictment and that the court rejected the government's request for a 240-month sentence. We look forward to continuing this fight on appeal. Thank you.
And when do you hope to begin the appeal process?
We'll immediately file the notice of appeal within the next 14 days as required by law. The 8th Circuit Court of Appeals will then set deadlines, which we'll of course comply with.
Is there any comment about the judge's remarks on Mr. Duggar's lack of taking responsibility?
No, Mr. Duggar asserted his right to a trial. Mr. Duggar had a trial. We're now down to 1 count, and we look forward to litigating that 1 remaining count on appeal. Thank you all.